Can you imagine walking across a football field with a tire on your back? Can you imagine yourself carrying this for 8 times a day? What you will be experiencing is equivalent to what a typical student experiences every day at school. According to a website, procon.org, recent studies by doctors suggested that no child should carry over 15% of their body weight on their back. Therefore, textbooks in school shall be replaced with a notebook tablets instead.
Assalamualaikum to our respective Madam Sahida and my fellow audiences. My name is Iffah Hizwani and next to me is
Haziq Muhaimin bin Zamzuri.
We are law students from International Islamic University, Malaysia. So the next few minutes we will share with you whether textbook we once used in school shall be replaced with tablets instead. So we come up with this idea because we remember back then during our SPM year, we were surrounded by books. It is everywhere, front, back, and not just that, we might even carry a sleek bag to put some books inside. Therefore, we think that the education system should now rethink about making the burden of a student to decrease. So, anyway, affirming, we stand for the use of textbooks in schools to be abolished.
To begin with the first argument, tablets are more cost efficient than the textbooks. This is due to the fact that e-books cost less than school textbooks. In this diagram here, you can see the price of e-books versus hardcover real books. It can be seen that the textbooks for one student can add up to be more than the tablet could cost.
This is actually the e-books and this is the textbooks. So as you can see here, the e-books is cost less than textbook does.
Not just that, it is also free of charge to update an information in tablet e-book, as opposed to buying a whole new textbook each time you need to update the information. This means that new information can be added to as soon as it happens. Thanks to this, students can find the most accurate and updated information for whichever subject they are studying if all the schools adapt tablets in place of textbooks. It would be cost efficient as well as environment friendly. Taking notes on tablets would save paper. Presentations, assignments, tests and other projects could be more interactively handled in tablets. Motivation in students are also known to improve when they use technology in place of the traditional way, because youngsters in this 21st century are very keen with technology. Their heart is so close to it.
Next argument would be regarding the backbone health of the school students. Specifically, students' tablet will benefit the students' backbone even though average weight of a backpack is 15.4 pounds approximately, the weight of the tire. Whereas in a tablet, there is only 3/4 of a pound to 2 pounds to be carried by the students. From 1994 to 2000, there were over 23,000 children ages 6 to 18 entered into the ER for back-related injuries. So, as you can see here in this diagram, here we can see that the effects of weight on the backbone. So, this one here is a normal posture at 12 pounds of 12 pounds of things that we carry behind our back. So, as you can see here, it is much more straighter. While this is the 32 pounds where you are starting to see the hunch, and then the hunch, this part. And then this is the posture that the posture when we carry 42 pounds behind our back. So you are seeing a lot of stress on the spinal cord at the back of this person. So upon seeing this, We shall know that a body posture is a way to show confidence. Harvard University psychologist Amy Cuddy, who was an author of a 2010 study, arguing that body language influences how we feel about ourselves and how others perceive us. The study showed that subjects who sat in a cramped and huddled fashion did poorly in interviews and felt worse about themselves. Body posture is an asset, as we would not want to go seeking for a job and then looking slouched and unconfident about ourselves because of the practice of having such a weight behind us from the early age.
Furthermore, moving on to the next reason as for why we stand for the technology to take over the education system is because tablets will benefit students' learning in ways. Publisher Houghton Mifflin Harcourt tested an interactive digital version of an algebra textbook for Apple's iPad in California's Riverside School District. The outcome is that students who use the iPad version scored 20% higher on standardized tests versus students who learn with traditional textbooks. Students in the California experiment accessed the same content on the iPad as in a traditional book, but those who used the digital version tested higher. Plus, according to Williams, tablets allow students to communicate in class and out of class. This way, projects will succeed more and the rate of students being excelled will rise. This pilot program reveals when it comes to engaging to these students, it's not the content that matters, but the format. Scientific studies have shown that school-going children are more prone to stress, and it is disheartening when they fail to keep up with the class. Multimedia learning has provided an edge for those that have difficulty in remembering what has been taught previously. It is a fun way of learning and keeps children interested in the subject with better illustration and graphical description. Well, that's basically all about our speech would be for today. We urge that when the time comes, that you will stand up and encourage the switch from textbooks to notebook tablets. We know that living in a world of technology nowadays, the decision between textbooks and notebooks tablets is simple and has never been more prominent.
Before we end our speech, we would like to give an idea of the scale of environment disaster made by paper books. We take the example of the novel Lord of the Rings with 150 million copies sold. 25 million 10 inches diameter trees were cut off to print the novel. If this measure is put into consideration, textbooks have no winning advantage over the tablets because we ought to save the world from environmental problem. So, brothers and sisters, think about it. We have made our stand. So, what's yours? With that, thank you.